If you guys saw Tesla's move today, it was massive, and importantly for you, there's still a ton of room for growth in the next month, particularly if it pulls back before it breaks through 370. 370 is the key level. I'll show that on the chart right now. I'll show you the ad spots if you're already in it. And most importantly, for people who do not own Tesla, this is when and why to get in. Let's jump into the chart right now. So this is the chart. You can see this break over 356 today over this late June level, which leaves this level over here, 370 from late May, to be the major level. And we can see 356 is pretty much indistinguishable from 370. If we really zoom in over here, we can see just how close this range is that we're talking about. Okay? It's in the ballpark. These highs, if we're really getting granular here, are around 360 exactly. Okay? And then we had that breakout back in just after the end of November. That was the second breakout after Trump's election. So now we're finally building a base. We've built a base for the last 3 or 4 months, and now we're finally looking like we're going to break out of it. Okay, but 370 is a very key level. You can see we're knocking on that door right now on Thursday, September 11th, the time of this video. So that's the technical reasons to buy it. And you can see here, this is the news, okay? Is there a lot of recent news that's that interesting? Not really. If we jump into just a pure listing of news, just a filter of recent news, we can see that there's nothing particularly material within the past week. Okay? It's such a big company that it's tied up in every other company's news stories, but there are not any, don't worry about this little tiny lawsuit situation. The rest of this is not super important, okay? And this is going back to about a week ago. There's nothing here, okay? There are a couple of things that will come up on the news. This verdict for the Autopilot crash could disrupt things in the next month or so if more information comes out about this. It's not to say that this is going to stop Tesla from breaking out, but we'll see what happens, okay? This is enough money where it's not actually the money as a percentage of Tesla's market cap. It's just an indicator of how the public is going to perceive the adoption of self-driving, okay? So again, it's not really about this 20 million at all. It's more about, are people going to start getting awarded money if they're in a crash with a self-driving vehicle, which, let's be real, that's going to happen a little bit. So we don't want it to happen at all, of course. We're going to do everything we can to not make it happen. But here is some other info from chat, okay? Now, does it really matter that this incentive package worth up to $1 trillion is on the table? Well, it does, but so far this is seemingly bullish for Tesla. Having Elon incentivized is bullish. They do have some Robotaxi plans rolling out. This is extremely quickly, the end of the year, and we kind of know that's not going to happen, okay? But I think that's baked in. And besides that, there's very little information hurting Tesla's share price right now. This is sort of ambivalent, okay? Supply, demand could be good, could be bad. As far as other information within the past month, it's not important, okay? Robotaxi expansion, the app is not the most technical piece of software that Tesla's working on, okay? And besides the lawsuit, there is really just this Elon headline risk, okay, which is omnipresent. And then there is this sort of employee drivel, okay? Musk responded that including food in meetings is acceptable if someone hasn't eaten. Okay? So that's just how dry the news cycle is for Tesla right now, which is actually great, okay? Because we already have a technical flag forming, and it's actually breaking out on limited volume. Not even much volume has come in here. So as far as where to exactly buy it, well, if this can pull back slightly and hold maybe this 350 level, 356 again being on a larger time period, the closest level, but 350 somewhere down in here from, back, this was about mid-late May. That is mid-late May, level 350 and 356 being the most important levels. Okay, yes, you could come all the way down to 340, but you probably don't want to risk that. Okay, why would you want to risk more than you need to? So if we look on a 5-minute chart, or even more helpfully on a 10-minute, 350 is the breakout level today, okay? And 356 is basically yesterday's high. So super simple levels to remember. Going back to a few days ago, 356 was also relevant. So if you can jump in and keep an eye on your position to see if it touches down there, that is the add spot. Or if you don't have a position, that is where you want to jump in. So I think we've given a quick little roundup of why now is the time to buy Tesla. It's for technical reasons. That may not be super exciting, but the fact is, when interest just builds and builds and builds and the stock goes sideways for 4 months, which we saw in the chart, there's going to be a point where, without some destructive news, which there hasn't been destructive news particular to Tesla, this thing is going to break out more. I gave you some ad spots, 350, 356. If it can pull back, probably don't want to chase it, but if you're going to hold for a while, who am I to say that you shouldn't buy Tesla? If you're looking for a verified $9 million day trading training, click that link in the description. And if you want more stock ideas, hit that subscribe